The views expressed on this Turnbuckle Tabloid live stream or Turnbuckle Tabloid podcast episode do not reflect the views, thoughts, or opinions of the Rageworks brand, including the Rageworks Podcast Network, Rageworks content partners, advertisers, and affiliates. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The listener. In case you haven't heard, because I've been basically saying it for the past few weeks, we just started a new network. Yeah, New York Wrestle Media. It's a whole virtual experience visually for all those connected in the world of wrestling, pop culture, live stream video games. Oh, it's happening. And it's not only me doing it. Yeah. Got a few cohorts who jumped in the mix, covering subject matters as history, indie wrestling, news of the day, pop culture, and like I mentioned, video games. I know, me too. I'm excited. Make sure you check us out on YouTube, Twitch, and on TikTok for New York Wrestle Media. Follow, subscribe, like, be a part of the vibe of all things connected with New York Wrestle Media.
Five, four, three, two, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Michael Kingston, creator of Headlocked, and you are listening to Turnbuckle Tabloid.
Turnbuckle Tabloid, cutting a promo.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, I'm sitting in with our girl, New York Wrestle Media's own history and headlines. Ariana, not the Grande, is stopping in, and of course, I bring the beauty in this, but she brings the elegance. Let's just say that. I just want to keep everybody in tune with that.
Facts.
And we're gonna be covering Full Gear, our review of it, and just I'm not even gonna go through all the pre-shows, matches and such, but just quickly, I was surprised that Deonna Purrazzo has just really curtain jerker,
yeah,
huh?
no, I see that they've been repackaging her with Taya Valkyrie. And they've had those little promos building up with their almost like a mafioso kind of gimmick that they've got going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I feel like if they're doing this, are they building up to a women's tag team division?
I would possibly believe that should be in the cards, or if at least for Ring of Honor at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Taya she almost had me like check the coloring on my TV. I thought I had the contrast or the tint off because the way her hair color was.
Yeah, it's like that lemon yellow.
Yeah, it kind of threw me off, and I was like, you're gonna go old school and bang the side of the TV, but like, is this working?
She looked great though. She looks amazing. She's lost some weight. She looks good.
We get
on. Well, let's see.
Yeah, we will see, because what is that? Do we think we need something like that for the women's division in AEW?
I think so, because they have so many women.
Yeah,
they have between them and the girls in Ring of Honor. I mean, there's so many of them, and I feel like if they had a tag division, they could utilize a lot of them, because you also have like the Renegade Twins. Mm-hmm. Like, why do you have a tag team there if they're not gonna be fighting for something, right?
Right.
Striving for something, right? And then you're pairing up Taya and Deonna, and you have other people that could be paired up. Like if Ty Conti comes back, or Ty Mello, she could be paired up with Anna Jay again or something,
Right. Yeah. There is some teams that could be created there. Something interesting and enticing.
Yeah.
We didn't get a fatal 4-way match. Buddy Matthews, Dante Martin, Commander, and Beast Mortals. Didn't really care. The only thing I cared the fact about is I'm looking at Buddy and I said, wow, he's huge. Like body wise, it's like
beef.
Yeah, I'm like.
And then like surprisingly not a single tattoo.
Right. Unless he has it hidden in certain areas we don't know about. But
that Rhea knows about.
Right, exactly. But he gets the win there. Then we get the singles match with Big Boom AJ with Big Justice and the Rizzler versus QT Marshall.
I was not expecting anything from this match, and I was actually kind of sort of pleasantly surprised. They did pull out a little more than I expected. I guess I know this was his first match in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He looked decent for somebody who hasn't wrestled in like 2 decades. I guess he and QT have been working very, very hard together.
Right.
Prepping him. So I went in with 0 expectations and ended out with like, that wasn't that bad. The crowd ate it up.
This is what got me. QT lost by a spear from a kid.
I know.
A spear from a kid.
And it wasn't even a good spear. That shows you that QT isn't about getting wins. It's about putting people over, I guess.
Right now I can just hear Cornette. Yay, look, it's cute. Everybody could go in the ring and wrestle. Yeah. Then finally we had in the pre-show, we had a 4-way tag match, which I was surprised was on the pre-show. Yeah, Private Party versus the Outrunners, Kings of the Black Throne, and the Acclaimed.
No, it wasn't on the pre-show.
Was that? Oh, no.
No, what happened? Oh, no, remember, they started coming out during the pre-show, and then they segued into the main show.
Right, it led in. You're right. Yeah, it led in.
Right.
So, which, by the way, I want to thank you guys for introducing me to the Outrunners because those guys are fucking hilarious.
They're great.
They're fucking hilarious.
And they're so over.
The names, Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd, like, that just screams 80s nostalgia.
Everything. They nailed that gimmick. The hair. Like, do they purposely shave the tops of their heads? To get the Hulk Hogan look?
Hey, you gotta live the gimmick, bro. We gotta live it. You gotta live the gimmick.
Yeah, they're awesome.
The one thing that I'm starting to see, I guess maybe I've been missing it for a while, but there's some cracks in the relationship and the Acclaim that Bowens and Caster aren't on the same page anymore.
They have been building that up for the last maybe 3 or so weeks. Basically, ever since MVP came along, we started seeing the cracks in their team up because MVP was trying to recruit them. Remember that when he gave them the card and Bowens was like, "Fuck this shit, I don't want this," and then Caster kept the card.
Right.
And he still carries it to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And Caster's kind of been acting very standoffish with Bowens, basically cutting him off during their promos to cut his own little promo. And you saw last night when he threw the mic at him.
Yeah. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Someone is being catty tonight.
They're building up the breakup of the Acclaimed, I think, which is fine. I'm done with them.
You're already cashing out.
Yeah.
Who I thought that really stuck out in this match, and surprisingly for me, was Quinn. Mark Quinn stuck out for me in this match, and Isaiah took a lot of bumps in this match, but they showcasing that Mark still got it in him after all the couple of years with injuries and such. He's still running. He got him.
Yeah. Hey, looks good.
Yeah. So Private Party retain here. No surprises for me. I pretty much saw that coming. But for an opening match, I thought it was fun. I thought it was cool. Nothing outlandish.
Good way to warm up.
Next up we get Roderick Strong versus MJF. The lead up for this was Roderick and Adam had to win 3 matches so they could be able to face MJF. Adam wasn't able to get the 3, so Roderick gets it in. This was a very point and click match with me saying that this was slow. At some point, I felt as though that they dragged it longer than it should. And when I look at it now, it's only 13 minutes. I thought it was actually longer.
Really, only 13.
Yeah. It was just, for me, it was just evenly balanced. I didn't see anything here that really stood out for me. Your thoughts? Oh no. I can't hear you.
Sorry, my bad.
There you go. I thought it was your thoughts.
Yeah, for me, it felt like a typical MJF match. You know, a lot of intense spots. You know, I mean, they worked well together.
Right.
Really good chemistry in the ring together. But yeah, it was your typical MJF match.
Shocking for me was that he won by submission. I was like, oh, okay.
That did throw me off too. I wasn't sure where. I really thought Roddy was going to actually squeak this one out, but they did a great job with the arm selling though.
Yeah, I that was a good I guess addition to putting more in place of what's been going on in the past, continuing on, at least keeping that continuality, the continuum going with that. I just, like I said, it just, like, for me, pacing wise, it just was, like you said, maybe when it's MJF in a ring with a higher caliber individual, because to me, I said, wow, Roddy has not been the Roddy since Ring of Honor in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not getting any younger either.
Right.
So he does have to, but he's 40, I think. So he's going to have to start slowing down. But, yeah, I mean, it was on its own, it was a very good match.
Mm-hmm.
But compared to the rest of the show, typical, like I said, typical MJF match where he bullies his opponent around and cheats to win. Or he didn't really cheat, but, you know, pulls his little tactics here and there, and then that's it. The tap out was a shock.
Yeah, that was it. That was and not a bad finish, but still, I was like, oh, really? That's where we're going with it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But then we get the afterbirth with that. We get the the pulmonizing of the arm with the chair, and we get the run-in with Adam Cole and such. And MJF scurries off, but then we get a real catty Kyle O'Reilly going on here. What's going on here?
Yeah, he pushed Adam on his ass, right?
Yeah,
like something's building up there too, because he seems to have this animosity towards Adam. Like, he's blaming Adam for losing focus and for, you know, dragging everybody into this feud with MJF.
Right.
All right, so I'm curious to see what they're planning to do with this.
Adam. So
I would think eventually Kyle will reunite with them once the whole whatever's going on ends, the whole little feud, because obviously he's going to have a feud with Adam for some reason. I do think he's going to end up reuniting with the Kingdom, with Kingdom and Roddy. And so let's see.
Next up, we get Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné for the AEW TBS Championship. When I tell you that this match, for the first, Jesus Christ, this match went 20 minutes. Oh Lord! For the first 16 minutes, dragged and was bone dry for me.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't until the last 4 minutes when they picked it up that I got into it again. But for that first time, because it looked like they were still, for me watching it, that they were still like they've never been in a match or around each other before. It was looked very
Really
sketchy. Yeah.
I have the complete opposite feeling of this match for me. From the moment the match started, I was like, wow, this I haven't seen Mercedes look this good in a long time. She was sharp. She was hitting her spots without being clumsy. She was aggressive. She was putting out some innovative moves. I thought the chemistry was fantastic. The match had me hooked from start to finish. Like, I wasn't even mad that Mercedes won. Because I was like, this is probably Mercedes' best match since she's arrived to AEW.
Yeah, I looked at what was the push for the last 4 minutes, because I think that's when for me, the way I took it, because even there were spots when they were going outside and such, and I'm like, okay, let's bring it back in the ring, because you guys were actually getting more of a sense and feeling of what was going on inside. But but best seeing her in AEW in quite some time. Possibly. I think maybe her and Willow had done some stuff a little bit early on before.
Yeah, that was good stuff too.
Yeah, but for this, on this night, like I said, the last 4 minutes had me captivated. We get Mercedes Moné getting the win, retaining her AEW TBS championship. Next up, we get Adam Page versus Jay White. Another one of those matches. Didn't really care. Didn't really know what was the purpose. What was the goal for it? Jay looked very plain. I don't know. If you looked gear wise, he looked plain.
Yeah, he's never really been one to be very flashy with his gear, though.
Yeah, but we've seen him. I mean, I always liked his old gear that had the scratch marks on it. So I've always liked that kind of gear. But today he was just a little bit, I don't know, pelao, as they would say.
Pelao.
Yeah.
Right.
The match itself, once again, one of those typical for me. Jay does always and can put it on when he wants to put it on. I guess they were trying to show some kind of history between the two, especially whenever.
Yeah, they were tapping into the Ring of Honor footage from several years ago. Right.
Which, by the way, I have said the worst music that they've ever used to introduce a pay-per-view was what they used on Full Gear, which was November Rain by Guns N' Roses.
Rain.
I thought it was like, I didn't understand the correlation. I didn't see it. Why? Because it was in November?
I figured that's the only reason why. And it was a very interesting pick. Yeah. I don't know. It's such a long song, number one.
Right.
It's like an 8-minute song.
Right.
And it's a ballad.
Yeah,
I didn't understand that either.
And then they didn't even use the instrumental. They used the lyrics, and in hell, even I can freaking be able to edit an audio version of the song and use vocals and instrumentals, and because you had promos being spoken over the
right.
And I'm like, that doesn't work. No.
They should have just taken the parts, like the end part of the song where it's like the guitar comes in really hard and heavy, and you can hear maybe a little singing, but it's just very minimal, and that's what they should have used and just looped it a little bit. But they used that. I mean, they must have paid a pretty penny, and they were like, let's just use this whole song from start to finish.
Yeah, because Axel don't come cheap when it comes to sharing his music.
Nope. That's a legend, man. That's a legend.
That's funny because we were waiting for the part, and I was going, all right, let's see how it matches up with when the big part comes in. Boom, 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 and it was flat. I go, yep, there we go. Yeah, pretty much that.
And they're usually really good with their vignettes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who called that one.
Yeah, this one was a little too long.
As for Jay and Hangman, wow, this one went 20 minutes as well. Shit, like what the hell? Not a bad match. I'm not gonna say that, but for me, it was. I don't know. I think they're really struggling to find out what to do with Hangman next.
Yeah. I mean, at first I thought that he was going to win this match.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought that Hangman was going to get this match and maybe build up to a rubber match for like World's End or even, for World's End, I guess.
Right.
Because you can't really drag this into February. But I feel like maybe they're building up where he lost another match. He's going to just keep spiraling downward.
Right.
Because he just seems to be losing his grip. Because you saw he went to chase after Jay after the match. He was sitting there like with those eyes, and then he just ran out the ring trying to chase after Jay, who was just trying to like escape
Right.
because he had the leg injury.
Yeah.
You know. So
then I said his long lasting image will be the burning house. That is now his image for the rest of his career.
Yeah, because it's like, how do you top that?
Yeah, exactly. So he made his way.
And I love this unhinged Hangman. I love this for him because it's so different from what he's always been, which was like the good cowboy, the good hero. Like, I love this. So I want to see a little more unhingedness from him.
But don't we already have an unhinged guy known as John Moxley?
Well, why not have them both be unhinged on both sides?
Jay White gets the win here, like we mentioned. Next up, we get Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher, which, by the way, shout out to M2 Inc., who said that Kyle Fletcher is starting to look like when you buy Randy Orton off of Temu.
He does. I keep saying that when he cut his hair, I said, "Wow, he's looking like Randy Orton right now because he's got the size that short. When he had the really short hair like that, Randy, the trunks,
the tattoos. It's like
the tattoos.
Yeah.
He looks. I mean, listen, Kyle looks fantastic though.
Yeah.
And I mean, not to jump over you and go into the match, but I thought he looked incredible in this match.
Yeah. I was always afraid with Kyle because his legs never really looked like they were of wrestling caliber. Whenever I seen him, it always kind of reminded me of Rick Rude. He's like, he always needed to. The reason why we wear pants is because we know that that's not where the moneymaker is at. But with the trunks, it looks like he put on some weight there. It looks like he's putting it up. Yeah. So, not a bad match at all. Of course, whenever you get Ospreay in this match, and now you get a Fletcher who looked, like you said, looked really good in this match. This was a match that, if anybody who had the urge to take a nap would wake you up. There was a spot that Ospreay did on the outside when he used the steps and such, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's a move.
That was crazy.
That's a move.
I mean, I kind of like the storytelling in this match because Kyle came in like, I was your understudy. I'm trying to, I was under your shadow. I'm trying to get out of it. And it almost gave me, I was telling Francisco, because he didn't get to watch it last night. I'm like, it gave me that vibe of like the superhero's buddy who turned on him. And now he's the super villain and he's just like overpowering him in that moment to overpower the superhero. Kind of like you see those in the movies. Like that's how he came off. Like he came off as this super villain who was overpowering the hero. He was overpowering his former hero. Like he was beating the shit out of Will Ospreay in this match.
I'm glad that the Temu version of Paul Heyman, which is Don Callis, is not it's not readily too involved in things.
Yeah, he's too busy talking on the mic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed what they did with Kyle in this match because he has potential to be a big star. And I remember like Mike always saying, "Oh, but they always have him jobbing." And I'm like, "Well, here we go. He didn't job on this one. He beat Will Ospreay." Which was
I think it's a shock for everybody as well. They didn't see that
total.
Coming. Yeah.
And the way he beat him, he dominated him.
Yeah. And what you probably need at this moment right now for to get this Ospreay Superman feeling off of him for now.
Yes, like he's vulnerable. He's a little broken. His arm, his shoulder, his neck.
Right.
Now he has to build himself back up to be that superhero.
Right.
And we'll see that. We'll see that maybe at in Australia.
Well, let's see, bro. Next up, we get probably for me, shockingly, I didn't think that I would really get into this, but it was for the TNT Championship, Jack Perry versus Daniel Garcia. I love the new look of Garcia. I'm with this.
Absolutely.
I'm glad we could move away from the dancing. I wanted to see Red Death come back legitimately. And Jack Perry actually impressed me in this match. It was a real battle here. I enjoyed this match.
Yeah, me too. They were great. Really happy Garcia got the win.
Very emotional. I believe he had his peoples in the audience. The fan was there.
He did.
And won by submission was what I believe should have happened here.
Oh yeah, and you know that feel of like Jack basically sacrificing himself, right? At the end where he was like, "Here I am." He did the Raven thing. I keep saying he parallels Raven around. He threw his arms up in the air, like, "All right, here we go. Do what you got to do.
Yeah,
destroy me."
And he got what he got.
Exactly what he got. Yeah.
Don't
pile driver. He got the tapped out.
You asked for it, you got it.
That's right. He got it.
So shout out to the boy Danny Garcia.
I'm sorry. I liked how I think it was Excalibur that said it. Like he has painted himself as a scapegoat again by sacrificing himself in this match or something like that.
Right.
I'm like, interesting.
Shout out to the boy Danny Garcia, who is a friend of the show. Shout out to the guy.
So I love him.
Yeah,
I want to meet him. He's adorable.
I wonder if I still have his number.
Put him on the show.
Next up, we get Ricochet versus Tanosuke Takeshita.
Take a shitter.
Yeah,
that last name, man. Brutal.
Yeah. Shockingly for me, I so didn't care about this match. I swear. I was and it's not to say because he left WWE, there's something about him, but it is. I would think that with Ricochet and AWA, there will be some form of elevation with him. And I think maybe it's not hitting right now. I don't know what it is. It's just not hitting for him right now. And I think it's because Takeshita is right now the guy that needed to get this push that he's getting now.
Absolutely.
That I feel that I'm more on that wave, but still with Ricochet, it's like, it was not there for me.
It's hard because he came in where in that mix where there's so many strong contenders right now. You know, you had Ospreay, Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher. Now Mark Davis is back and Hobbs is back, and it's like we got to find a place for him to fit in. So maybe after this loss, this is his first loss, right? Maybe
is it his first loss?
This was his first loss. Yeah, he was undefeated until Takeshita kicked his ass. Which I was heavy. I love Takeshita. I'm a big mark for him. I'm happy he won. I was like, don't make him a transitional champion. No. So I'm happy that he kept the belt. But maybe with Ricochet after this, maybe a slight little tweak, put him in. I think maybe put him in with the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, there was talks of possibility. That's a conversation that came up. Bobby Lashley mentioned that he's always loved the style and always loved the look, and there's always something with him that he needs to work on. Probably promo style needs to be worked on. But when you got a voice box like MVP, it could help elevate you. So that's a possibility.
Yeah. Like I find like there's been a few times where he's been on the mic, Ricochet, where he came off a little cocky and a little aggressive and cocky, and I kind of like that coming from him because you don't expect it. Right. Because, again, we barely ever heard him talk before. So when those little moments came out, it was like a little shining light that came out of him. And I'm like, maybe he could be a heel.
The funny part is we're hearing it now, especially in New Japan, where he was debuting and he spoke and somebody sent the meme and was like, why is it every time Ricochet speaks, it sounds like he's about to cry?
I was trying to figure that out. I'm like, I don't hear it. But okay.
Like he's at the like the voice is cracking, like it's about to go.
At his wit's end.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that feeling.
Takeshita gets a win here. He retains the AEW International Championship. We next get Bobby Lashley versus Swerve Strickland. Swerve is Swerve. I give that. Swerve will be Swerve. Just for me, I don't know. Again, Bobby. I don't know. Bobby for me, I guess I maybe would have thought that there should have been a little bit more of a build up for this. I know it's been a tease around for the longest already. I know they've been chasing the whole Prince Nana stuff and all that.
Right.
But I would have thought that, especially what happened on Dynamite, in which they knocked out Lashley and such. I would have liked to have seen this played out a little bit longer before we got this match. Then we get it, and I'm going, no, not yet. I'm not feeling it now. I'm not. Yeah. It's not it.
First of all, that match was really quick.
How they have it here? Yeah, they had it here for 13 minutes. I think they were working on time restraints after that.
Possibly, but yeah, especially with the way the show ended.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That, whew. But it was. I felt like the match was very not rushed. I don't want to say it felt rushed, but it just felt very sudden. Like it started and then just ended just as quickly.
Right.
You know, he put him in the what's it called? The Hurt Locker? The Hurt what's it called?
The Hurt Lock.
The Hurt Lock.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the movie Hurt Locker.
No, but I think it is called the Hurt Locker. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's something like that. And that was it. Swerve was out.
Yeah. Done by technical submission. And
I don't know why I thought somebody was gonna come out and like either a new member of the syndicate or somebody was gonna come out to back up Swerve, but that didn't happen at all.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Of course we're gonna see this play out even longer. We're gonna see how the Hurt Syndicate begins to grow more and more. Just wondering how this is gonna play out down the line for Swerve, and see how if we could get a better chemistry down the line. And lastly, what was that?
I was like, he needs allies.
Yeah.
It can't just be Nana. It can't just be Nana. Obviously, Nana was getting tossed around like nothing.
Really?
So
not just Nana. We saw him in ring gear before. Nana could probably still go.
Of course. Oh yeah, of course. Hopefully, I mean, I don't. We don't, what's the last time he's ever wrestled? It's been a while.
Shit, yeah, I don't remember the last time. Yeah, definitely should.
Yeah, but I think Swerve needs some kind of allies. Somebody.
I don't know if Nana even wants to take a bump anymore. Like it'd be like, no, don't put your hands on me. Root up. So
did you see what Bobby threw him out the ring a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, like
he just like crashed into the turnbuckles into the stairs. Poor thing.
No, listen. Don't worry. Don't worry, Nana. All you need is some Thanksgiving. You'll be all right. You put an extra 10 pounds. You'll be all right.
Yeah, he'd be good.
Nextly and lastly, we get for the AEW World Championship, we get Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley. I would not be surprised if people started single filing out the door during the middle of this match. Are you a fan of Cassidy? Like, is there?
No, I don't consider myself a fan. I don't mind him, but I don't think he should have been in this position.
Are you a fan of him doing the rah-rah promos this day and age, like these past couple of weeks?
I find them humorous because they're rah-rah, but they're so dull. Intentionally, like, hello there.
Yeah.
So I for me, it's like, it's hard to take him seriously. And I'm not saying he should just be a comedy act with his whole little, I'm a chill dude, kind of like that little cartoon meme that's been popping up lately with the little dog.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? That's basically Orange Cassidy. But I don't know. I just didn't feel like he was the right person to be in this position with Moxley.
Well, was it on Dynamite or did it happen no, it was one of the nights, if I'm trying to remember correctly, where they're attacking him and he gets up and he does his little kicks during a fucking. And I'm like, you should get your ass whipped. They should really beat the shit out of you.
That's why I'm like, yo, like it's just I don't know. He just was not the right. Listen, I guess they're trying to hold off on Darby for a little bit,
right?
But having Darby be rogue and just coming out of nowhere and attacking them, they want to build that up. But I feel they needed to. I don't know who they could have picked, but somebody else should have been facing Moxley last night. It shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been Orange.
And of course, we had Stone Cold John Moxley. I always have to preface it when I say I love Mox. I've always been a fan of Mox, but he could piss me off at any moment as well too. Like, and not even in a good way, like the heat way. It's just, what are you doing, Mox? Mox is very passive aggressive with a lot of shit that he does, and you could tell in his wrestling he's doing the same shit too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we get Moxie to get the retain here with the win, and then we get a whole schmaz that happens after
overbooked.
Yeah, you want to call out what happened here?
Oh my god! Okay, so now we get everybody comes into the ring. They start beating up on Cassidy. You get the conglomeration. They come out too. Next thing you know, Christian comes out. No, sorry, Hangman comes out, and he comes into the ring with the chair, and he bashes Yuta with the chair, and everybody's confused, like what's going on here? And then he and Moxley face off in the ring, just looking at each other, and Christian's music hits. He comes out with his contract. And he low blows Moxley, and it looks like they're ready to set up this match. Hangman tells him, all right, cool, go ahead, you. He leaves the ring. And next thing you know, Jay White comes out. Ruins any chance of Christian getting his title shot. And they all take off running. And Jay's like, grabs a chair and he starts following after them. Now they're backstage scurrying. And a car comes out of nowhere, slams into their truck. And they're grabbing random keys, jump into another truck, and they skate off. And out comes Darby from the car, bleeding.
Bashing the car with his skateboard.
Trying
screaming, trying to climb to the hood of the car, which he hit.
I was like, wow, that's a lot in the span of 5 minutes.
I said.
And they're like, what are you doing?
I said, somewhere looking down upon us, Ooh. Dusty's going, now that's a schmaz, baby. Now that's a Dusty finish.
Man, they took the page right out of the whole Bloodline storylines where they just have everybody come into the ring, but one by one, and just, woo.
I was sitting back in awe just watching and just saying to myself, what a mess. Like, what? I was like,
it was a mess, but at the same time, I enjoyed it.
I was like,
who's next?
Exactly. Like, I was like, you might as well have brought out, I don't know, Serpentico or somebody. I was like, everybody's in here. Everybody's already.
Hologram.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. But
I mean, I guess they're teasing build-ups for the future. Who's going to be the one to face off Moxley next? You know.
That, and I'm guessing to see that we're looking to get the buildup of AEW versus the Death Riders, and who will be able to leap from being mortal enemies to allies against the Death Riders. And it's like,
right.
Wow, right. This is all over the place.
It is. I mean, I the idea of Hangman getting involved, I'm with that. He could still stay, like we were saying earlier, unhinged. Mm-hmm. You know, but still say, I may be crazy right now, but this is AEW. This is still my home.
I laugh because it was, I think it was the strong man out of everybody, Claudio, was sitting there tossing everyone. I think he grabbed Rocky, threw him against the barricade. Then all of a sudden, Rocky's on top of the freaking top rope, and Santino, and he throws himself off the top. I was like,
everybody's just like, knocks everybody over. You see Ishii. Where the hell did he come from? Like, damn, okay. Where was Mark? There was no Briscoe. He wasn't there that night.
Right, yeah.
Day off.
So
he's always fun to see. I actually want to see, though. I want to see Mark Briscoe versus Moxley at some point.
I just like I like just hearing Mark say the conglomerations.
Conglomeration. He's so adorable.
We're here with the conglomerations, and
I love him.
Full Gear. It was AEW's pay per view. I could say it
wasn't their best of the year. Wasn't. Still a good show overall. I mean, it had a lot of action in it, which we kind of come to expect from their pay per views.
I just think they got to tighten it up, man. There's got to be a lot more to go on there. This just got to tighten it up. They had 12. Once again, every match, every pay per view is WrestleMania. Like it's 12 matches.
And I thought that this one was going to be smaller, like a smaller scale in terms of like the card. It felt like it was going to have less matches, and then it kind of added a couple towards the end.
They're definitely giving you more bang for your buck, honestly.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna be paying $50 for a pay-per-view,
I guess
give me all the matches, man.
No, load it up.
But I'm glad I didn't go.
Yeah, I did ask. I was inquiring if you were gonna go, but
I was looking at tickets at one point, and I'm like, I don't, all they had left were nosebleeds, and I did nosebleeds at Prudential, and it's awful up there.
Oh, okay.
It's if you feel like you're gonna fall out your seat. So
yeah.
And I was like, no, I'll just sit at the comfort of my living room in front of my TV, enjoy it like that.
Yeah, I was talking to the guys about what's gonna look like for down the line when it comes to ticket sales, because now they've just been ridiculous. And I'm like, as much as I want to be there for SummerSlam, if the tickets are outlandish and you're gonna get them in the bleeders, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
No. Yeah. I'm not paying $200-$300 to sit in a fucking scaffold. No,
nah, I'm good.
No. I mean, I still want to go into town for it, like go to Jersey, because they're gonna have WrestleCon,
right? And
I'm sure they're gonna have a GCW, may have a little collective, other indie shows, So I definitely would like to just see what's gonna happen going forward.
Yeah, that's
outside of WWE,
Yeah, I even told the guys, I said, hell, I'll even enjoy a freaking to do what is it? When you're in the parking lot, I forgot fucking what they call it.
I know what you're
yeah. I just escaped my head.
Tailgate.
Yeah. I said, I'll even do that. I said, somebody pull out a screen, we out there chilling, do whatever, and especially in the summertime, you get the barbecue going, get the barbecue with some drinks going on. Hell yeah, I'm with that.
I'm down with that.
But just a big announcement, guys. We're gonna be watching this Turnbuckle Tabloid in collaborations with, of course, New York WrestleMedia and our boys at the third announcers table. We will be in the building for the catalog class watch party. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
This is interesting. So I know people, you did the same thing when you looked at the flyer. You go, wait a minute, where did rappers come from?
I was like, Biggie? But Biggie's been dead.
So, as you guys know, our boys at the third announcer table, Mark Bays and Wrestling Ream, they're into the into the culture, they're into the music and such. So they came up with this idea where the culture clash will be not only the Survivor Series War Games watch party, but afterwards there will be another clash that occurs, another battle that goes on. It'll be New York City versus Atlanta music wise. So you guys in the audience, you guys in the crowd will decide who has the better music, New York City or Atlanta. 5:30 for the Survivor Series watch party, and the New York versus Atlanta culture clash after party will be at 9 p.m. Is that 9? Yeah, that's 9. That's 9 p.m.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Make sure you check it out. This will be at 1114 DeKalb Avenue at Secret Pour. It's a nice venue too. I got to show you the videos of it. It's nice. They got a nice spot there.
I saw that and I'm like, what's a Secret Pour? Are they going to be giving out like surprise shots or something? I didn't realize that was the name of the bar. My nephew was like, no, that's the name of the venue. I'm like, oh, okay.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. And a shout out to once again the boys at Third Announcers Table for putting that together. We're gonna be in the building. We're gonna be live. We're gonna be lit. And Ariana, not the Grande, be ready because you'll be recording again soon for us later on today.
Yes, I will be.
And
yes, I will.
Make sure you check her out as well as our boy Mike for History and Headlocks. That episode will be coming out soon. We had a little hiatus for the past couple of weeks. I myself was dealing with some stuff, and unfortunately, our girl had a sad passing in her family.
Yes, we did.
Such,
We did.
and our condolences go to you and your family on
Thank
this
you
end.
so much.
And I had a passing as well. My Facebook died undue by hacking. Sons of bitches, damn you!
How did they catch you? How'd they get you? Why you?
It's I don't know. I guess they were mad about my political rants and for somebody.
Oh Lord, MAGA got you.
Yeah, exactly. MAGA got me. But we're back, guys. We're back in form and we're up and running. So
yes,
as always, don't go anywhere, guys. Stick around. Much to talk about. And as always, check you guys in a sec.
Hi guys.
Hey yo, it's King Kapo Matt Travis, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Tabloids.
I forgot you boys are from the BX, so coming into Queens, it's like where's Waldo and shit, looking for fucking addresses and all that shit. That's why I don't really go to the BX either. I got family in Parkchester. Yeah. I stay the fuck away from that shit.
Not too far away from there.
Yeah? It's crazy because like you could blindfold me and drop me off somewhere, and as soon as I'll get out that shit, I'll be like, oh, I'm in the Bronx, right? Get the fuck out of here. Nah, B. I actually wanted to go like to some events up there, but I'm like, that's like another fucking world up there. Like BX is far, son.
It is.
It's like a Uber. It's like a $800 Uber, son.
But I love it though, man. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else besides.
It's always been BX for y'all.
Yeah, always.
Travis always been up there.
Always. The whole New York City period, because. You know, I know people from Brooklyn to Staten Island. Before pro wrestling, I used to just be outside with the cats outside.
Right.
You know, being like the youngest cat out of whatever crew, you know, with certain groups of people or whatever, and just always chilling wherever, like anywhere.
But really,
Any
like when you in Brooklyn, you've been to Brooklyn and shit, right?
Yeah.
There's a certain vibe that you feel when you're out there. But the BX is something like it's so.
That's
to me,
true.
it's more cultural now. Since we all get fucking gentrified and shit, it's just fucking it's becoming more annoying than anything. But BX has always been like something more cultural. And whenever I went up there, I always felt like somebody was gonna be throwing like Spanish food at me somewhere. I always felt that way.
Either that or a pamper out the window or something like that.
something wet, something weird going on. But if guys don't know, I got King Kapo in the building. Matt Travis, sir. Finally, we've been trying to like connect for a minute. This is a dude I respect his professionalism because I tell the man, I said, listen, we don't really have to do it in person. We could do it, over the phone. I've had phone interviews. I made it work. We can make it happen. He's like, nah, with that voice. And I know ladies who listen to the show right now, it's like, damn, that nigga sounds sexy. That's a sexy voice like this shit. No, not me, ladies. I'm talking about the man here, Mr. Matt Travis. Sir, thank you for stopping by in studio.
Of course, I owe it to you, man.
My son is out here wearing that big fur thing. Shit, I'm gonna get me one of those shits.
Yeah, you got to. It's only right, man.
Shit, I'm gonna wear that. I wear that shit in 98-degree weather if I'm a cop.
I said the same thing too. If I get another one, I'm wearing it in the summertime.
Just trunks and shit.
Yeah,
trunks and coat.
Not even a tank top, just straight raw dog.
How do you decide? We just before the mics went on. How do you decide to wear wrestling trunks? Like what? Like other people go other ways. That they wear the long pants or jeans. Or you've committed. You said fuck it. I wear the trunks. Like what came to that? Because me, I make myself in 2K18. I don't wear no fucking trunks. I look like fucking like one of those hood niggas that still wear their Timbs. And as a matter of fact, I think my 2K18 character has Timbs on.
I thought about doing that in real life, wearing Timbs in the ring. Nah, I think I don't know. It's less expensive. I think it's more comfortable for me. I don't know. It sounds weird because we wear underwear to wear in front of thousands of people.
Right.
I don't know. Trunks is comfortable. It's like wearing basketball shorts for me.
Oh, okay. Because like I see some people who commit to it, and I'm like, bravo. And there's some of y'all that's like, whew.
Yeah, they probably look nasty.
Yeah, you do.
You gotta have like,
I'm like, no, do it.
Yeah,
Don't
you have
do
to
it.
do like squats and stuff to really wear trunks.
And some of them do it as a rib to themselves or whatever the case may be. And I'm like,
for a fact.
my guy, why do it? But I see that you've come into the game. You've been in the business for how long already?
I say like 2 years.
Even in those 2 years, the 2 to 3 years, like I've heard guys already give you, praise in your ring work. I've had, as a matter of fact, I had EC Negro on here one episode, and he even brought your name up. And he was like, "Yo, I'll get in the ring with Travis. That guy's fucking work right there. I'll put him over any day." But like when you hear that from vets, does it boost the ego? Does the King Kapo, the crown get a little bit heavier?
Nah, definitely not. And I don't think nothing of it because I'm trying to get better every day. Like when people, I don't know. I guess when people talk good about me, while they're talking good about me, or they think I'm good at that moment, I look at myself like I'm not where I want to be at. And I keep it pushing. I think that's what keep me somewhat humble and somewhat sane as well. Because if you stay in the same position for me, I feel like you're kind of a little crazy.
But still, you're like I mentioned earlier before the mics went on, I said your come up was crazy in 2017 because honestly, like I've seen you getting booked everywhere for a guy who's only been in the business for like 2 years. That's an accomplishment in itself, man. Young man from the BX. How old are you?
23.
Damn, son. Shit. You know what the fuck I was doing at 23? I think I was like still hustling on the side.
Yeah.
Going to college, trying to get my weed game up because that was the only hustle I really wanted to do. I couldn't do anything other than weed. I wasn't doing that shit. I was like, I ain't doing that fucking football number shit. At least I go to Central Book and they'll let me go. But get your little ass out of here.
Get out of here. You do
get your little pound.
Weekend.
Get your little bullshit ass pound out of here.
The dope thing, man, is like when I was young, right? I used to be into all of that. So like I feel like I got all that out my system for me to even stay or get focused for professional wrestling. So.
Right.
A lot of that stuff I got out of my system, but I get you when it comes to that though.
Was the calling always there? Because not a lot of people will say, because from the BX, I always tell motherfuckers either you was gonna either be rapping because Pun and Joe was gonna be your idols,
a French Montana, Max B from around the way.
You know what I'm saying? Like those are the guys that you was like, yo, fuck, I could spit like them, or you was gonna be in the hustle. Like,
definitely.
When the fuck did wrestling come and say, you got a call in here, brother. Come check this out.
It was weird for me, man, because I didn't have no intentions on being a professional wrestler at all. I just wanted to hustle. Like my daddy was a hustler before he went legit and started working in the hospital.
Shout out to him because that's
a big deal.
That's what the fuck I do.
Hood, right?
Yeah, that's what the fuck I do.
And he's about to retire, by the way, too. But seeing him hustle. My uncle just got deported, but he was not a big time, crazy big time, but he was a big dog around my way. And I used to just idolize them and, the cats I was making money from.
¿Qué eres, Dominicano?
Who, me, nah, Puerto Rican, Ecuadorian.
Okay, because I was like, what Puerto Ricans get deported? Like, what the?
No, my uncle's Ecuadorian.
Oh, okay, I was like, what?
He got deported for attempt and just wild stuff. Yeah. Well, I'd rather him, get deported than spend that time in the feds, which he would, he did a few.
It's funny, my boy, years ago, he got arrested and they was gonna give him fed time, but they deported him. And the motherfucker lives in Barbados. Now you deport the motherfucker to paradise.
Yeah,
you gonna
I was just showing my son, man. My uncle just made a commercial for TV. He sent me it right, for his own restaurant he owned. That's one thing I give him. He's a hustling.
But look at that shit.
Hustling.
It's like
hustling.
What punishment you gave them? You gave them sunshines and palm trees.
Like, now he's riding his BMW motorcycles and stuff like that now. He went from the feds to doing good, but that's the family I come from, man. Like just a bunch of hustlers. So.
And they grind, and then you see the grind in front of them. Your father grinding, you see your uncle grinding, and then still you have any siblings?
Yeah, I do. Younger.
Yeah, younger. Yeah. So you the big bro,
oldest,
and you always got to take care of the so you gotta grind there. When the fuck did you hear wrestling? Were you like into wrestling as a kid growing up?
Hell yeah, my family was into. That's the thing. Like growing up in the hood, you love certain things, and wrestling.
I figured you would play like fucking maybe baseball or something like that, like
basketball maybe. Yeah. Or scales.
We got
right? Professional scales.
We gotta be running the point. We gotta run the point.
Right. I don't know. My family was always into it, so I grew up watching it. I just remember watching it and probably not even in love with it, but I fell in love with it. But I remember watching it as a young kid. That's my oldest memory as a human being, 5 years old, but watching pro wrestling.
But nothing else came involved, like you, because you're very athletic in the ring. Like I see, like you've mixed anything like martial arts, or even like gymnastics.
No, never
sometimes.
touched martial arts.
Never did any of that.
Never was into gymnastics really. I tried it, but never was into any of that. It's just God given talent.
Fucking cheerleader. Man. That's what the fuck. It's a fucking cheerleader.
No lie, God given talent, man. I just feel like I'm meant to be here. You know, instead of being locked up like the rest of my friends are dead, like the rest of my know, countless friends. So. It was, I don't know. It was crazy.
You ever had handcuffs on?
Of course, plenty of times.
It's not a. It's funny because I was just sharing this story with one of my coworkers, and they gave me a look like, "What the fuck you got handcuffs for?" I was like, "Listen, I ain't always worked for the city. I did dirt in the city, right? But it's one of those feelings that sometimes you get that wake up call. It's like, you know what? Something got to end. Like this shit got to stop. Word. So what was it that, because there wasn't a lot of wrestling schools even for a couple of years. It's like, they started popping up here and there and shit. And then in the BX you had a gym up there. Yeah. But you come out all the way to Queens. Like you at House of Glory. You out here at the dojo out here. That's a work. That's commitment right there. And you here persistently, like you here.
Yeah, every day. I try to make sure I'm here as much as I can because I don't know. I look at it like this, like we live life every day, so anything can happen. So let's say if I was to walk out my building or whatever, something bad happens. I want to at least live life to the fullest, and at least take a step in the right direction,
But you still, like, when you look at where you were at, a couple of years ago, you was, like I said, 23 years old, teenager, was not too long ago. Definitely, yeah. And, the wrestling game comes in. And you're on that ladder, climbing up little by little, learning the trade, taking a bump here and there. Was there a time that you said, man, fuck this, I can't be doing this shit, man?
So many times, man.
Like, even taking that back bump from the, it's like
not in that way. I think wrestling got me more mentally than physically, because no lie, like pain, I'm very pain tolerant, and I think mentally it had me there. Like I was like, shit, like I don't want to do this no more, man. This is too much for me on the mental aspect of it, because you got to be more mentally prepared than physically prepared. If anything, if you're not there mentally, then this will eat you alive.
Now, when you say that, because I've seen a lot of cats who went into House of Glory and other wrestling schools, and they go, yeah, they like to wear the shirt. They like to, like to walk around and say, yeah, I'm part of something. Yeah. Then like a year later, it's like, yo, what happened? And it's like, this thing happened. And, I had to do all that. Like, how is it that you stay focused on doing that shit? Because a lot of times it's like you said, mentally draining. Yeah. The body takes its toll, because you already know the career's going to be crazy. Word. And you've been in some big fucking matches where you like, not only the house was torn out, my body ached for y'all motherfuckers, for real. Like, how is it that you're able to still sit there and say, wake up with the fucking bruise on your back, that you can still say that, yo, I gotta go to dojo today?
Being passionate and loving the game, man. Like, thoroughly loving it, being genuine and being hungry, man. I was tired of living in the hood, man. I don't know, for certain people, I don't know how it is for them, but me, like every day waking up and seeing my block, I'm like, I got to get out of here. Let me go to the dojo. Let me go train. Let me go do something that's going to help me get in that mansion or something like that, Like, I guess as far as that's maybe like a motivation for me, like, or was a big thing for me. But the passion and the love for the game, man, once you get in this business, it's like a drug, know? And I want to do it the right way. I don't, I want to love it and be respected as one, like Red. Be respected as a person that genuinely loved this business. No,
wait. Because I was about to mention Red too, because we'll get to that in a minute, because those are my fucking guys. As a matter of fact, I went to go pick your ass up by the dojo and shit, and I walk in, and like I said, I didn't know. I have the respect. I've never really wanted to get into wrestling, as in like to be in ring, but I wanted to always be around it for something, maybe commentary, maybe managing or whatever. But I also know certain aspects of it. And there's like certain things where I said, I don't want to intrude. Like, I didn't want to open the door, just go in. And as soon as I open the door to ask for Matt, and everybody's like, they give that look, like, who that? And Red is sitting there, he goes, yo, who that? I'm like, Santee, Turnbuckle Tabloid. And he's like, yo, Santee, what up, yo? Is there like that camaraderie that you guys have, like your own secret world in the wrestling? Like, because I know there's like protocol and behind the curtains when you're in the locker room, everybody addresses themselves. You know, they introduce themselves when they know. Is there really like that kind of like secret world that you guys have back there?
Yeah, for sure. It's like a fraternity. It's like a brotherhood. You know, well, with certain people, you know, that's not, you know, on that BS that these other cats be on. But as far as like a brotherhood and who you train with or who you close with, it's like a super secretive.
It's like a fucking fraternity and shit back there. You don't even know.
The Freemasons and stuff like that.
And it's funny because I understand when a lot of guys who are in the business, they hate hearing fucking marks talk the way that they talk. Like, you know, me and the boys is like, motherfucker, we don't really talk like that. It's like y'all make it seem like it's all. Does it like, is there a line that you put between you and the fans? Because you're although you are the most fucking angriest man I can see coming to the ring, there is some kind of persona that comes over with you that people are drawn to. Is there a way that you have to tell motherfuckers, all right, slow down, like back the fuck up?
Of course, yeah. When they want to get
what was the most like wild shit that a fan ever came and did to you?
Countless of things, man. Like when they'll try to give you a pound, like they coach you, like they from the hood, and like try to give you a hug, and I don't know, it's weird, but I draw the line when it gets that, like we're not close, we're not cool, you know. There's certain people who want to be cool with you just because you're who you are, or whatever, or the clout you got. You know, I'm not like that. You know,
all right, so now y'all motherfuckers know y'all niggas ain't from the same hood. Y'all don't rock the same way, so don't come in that close.
Right. And they be on some weirdo stuff outside of wrestling on top of that too. So
anybody want to smell your underwear?
Plenty. Plenty. I get inboxes like, hey, you sell underwear or my trunks. Like,
that's the status I want, though. Stuff, man. I want either females, males too. I'm not prejudiced. Whatever the LGBT shit you into. You want to smell Jay Santee's underwear? I'm cool. I fucks with it. Whatever. Put it in a Ziploc. I'll FedEx that shit to you.
Give me a rack.
Yeah. So we holler. But that's another thing too. Like, you'll come across the spectrum when it comes to fans and the fan bases and all that stuff. Like, how is the women? Like, is the women game like crazy though?
It's crazy, but you know, you gotta have.
Don't tell the world right now you shacked up.
No way.
You ain't wifed up right now.
No, definitely not. Single as a Pringle, but
single like a fucking dollar bill.
Well, I was gonna say, you gotta have some type of discipline because you can't be messing around with all these crazy ass female, fans or groupies. First of all, that's not good for your health, and second, like, I'm the type of person, like, I can't mess with every female. I already been and done that, like, early on, messing with all the crazy popping girls from the Bronx and wherever in New York. But, you know, right now I'm at a point where I want to, if I was to deal with a female or something like that, she got to, like, want to build an empire. She got to be a business.
You mean to tell me you go OT, you in the ring, out there, going off, and you ain't got them OT fucking Pennsylvania, fucking Virginia females throwing that cooch at you, and you blocking that shit? Like, are you serious?
Dead serious, yeah.
Damn, you are fucking discipline.
It's a discipline.
That discipline is real, son.
Discipline on top of that.
My dick would have been a submission.
It's a discipline, but on top of that, you treat yourself like gold and you get treated like gold. You feel me?
My balls would have been tapping out. You're crazy. But that's a beautiful thing because you don't have any kids, right?
Definitely not.
Not yet. Yeah. Enjoy it now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, enjoy it now. Get the run now. I'm not to say not having kids is not a beautiful thing. It is, but enjoy the run now.
That's another thing too, man. Like I've been through. I could tell you stories for days, like younger, because before I even got into professional wrestling, I was going viral on videos, and I was in the loop with a certain group in the Bronx that everybody became popping and popular and stuff like that. So I've had a wave before professional wrestling. The women been there before all of this. Women would try to trap me. They would be like, hey, look, I think I'm pregnant. Like, crazy, yo. I'm talking about I'm like 14, 15 years old.
You only gave me top. How I got you pregnant?
Yeah, some crazy stuff like that, yo. Like, yo, I could tell you stories for days, man. But that's why I guess my where my discipline like grew and came into, fruition, I guess.
Yeah, because it's crazy because even for a young man like yourself, you see, certain aspects, especially you got guys that are ahead of you that's been training you right now, like Amazing Red, who's been all around the world, Brian Excel. You've got guys that you've been in the ring who have the experience and could tell you like, do they get you under that tree of knowledge and share that shit and tell you like, yo, listen, you gotta pump them brakes, man. You can't do everything like like a lot of us back in the days did, like running wild and doing all that shit. There's a lot of dudes out there I know that got trapped up early on with some rats and shit.
And I can't be one of them, man. First off, if I got a child with a female, I'm gonna stick with her for a fact. Like, we gotta be solid. Cause first off, I find myself being turned off by people nowadays on some just energy wise.
Right.
So in order for me to even be around like anybody right now, we gotta have some type of like chemistry or anything like that.
And plus, your schedule's bananas. Your shit is crazy. So they gotta get in the Kapo's world. They gotta understand what it's gonna be about. Speaking of that, like you mentioned before, growing up in the hood, you was running around with different dudes. Like the dudes, they look at you now? I'm like, look at this dude. This nigga, he a wrestler. Like, out of everything, like dude, like how's that vibe going on?
I get that a lot, but like I say, even before pro wrestling, I was getting that regardless. You know, people would look at me like I'm the hood star of the hood or whatever. But now, definitely. I was just telling my son, like, I got that like early and recent. Like, whenever I come out, like, I'll have people come to my mother like, hey, your son is da 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 or whatever. And she'd be like, yeah. He's regular. What are you bothering me for?
It's like, yo, his
like
videos,
crazy stuff.
His fucking videos on YouTube got thousands of views and all that. And he's like, my mom still got to go throw out the garbage. It don't mean nothing.
Right.
Shit. But you still, you carry yourself well. And it is funny because the way that others may look at you, especially, cash flow was huge, man. It still is, and that persona is still resonating right now, but you're a very humble guy. How was it that people probably misconstrued Travis as probably the arrogant prick, as in the dude from the BX that's still trying to get it?
Well, they ain't misconstrue nothing. That's me. That's legit me. That's a part of me. That's the reason why the character come out so organic. But I don't know, man. But as far as like that whole cash flow stuff, man, I don't know. That's that cat. I was doing my own thing from the beginning. We had a friendship or whatever, but I don't know.
What was the breakdown? I mean, I've been watching. I was watching it progressively in House of Glory, and I saw that, there was a bond there, but it was also a way that I saw Travis needed to go out and break out. Like, there was going to, I'm with homie, but homie not let me do me. I need to do. Was that the sense that we were getting there?
Nah, not really. It wasn't just that. It was just like, I just always looked at myself as a boss, right? Even when I was younger, or a businessman, and I just never wanted to work for anybody ever in my life. That's just the type of like mindset I got. So partnership, yeah, but like me being under anybody or anything like that, under the tutelage of somebody who was the same age as me.
Was Broadway like feeling that way? Like he was boss status? Like he was trying to hold, trying to hold you on the sun underneath the armpit?
Nah.
Trying to put the rest of your head on daddy's chest?
Yeah, never that. I know that for a fact. Never that. The thing about me and him is we were legit brothers, so it wasn't that, man. But the thing is, though, he get caught up in his own world where he feel like the world revolves around him. And, I get caught up with, obviously, because I'm living my own life. The world revolves around me, to me. So I just had to step up and boss up, man, and move on up.
But I'm saying, like, I would have thought that this was going to be a collaboration that was going to rock for a minute. But then it turned like the R. Kelly and Jay-Z fucking tour, like best of both worlds is fucked up, son.
And he's R. Kelly. He's definitely R. Kelly.
You ain't bumping into him in the hood yet? You ain't see him around?
Nah, not really, man.
Oh,
not
shit.
Really. I just
but if
be
it's on site, man. Though? It's on site?
It's been on site lately since we get put with each other in these matches and stuff like that. The House of Glory loves seeing us, I guess, clash or wrestle, whatever, because I guess we put it all out in that ring. But as far as like me seeing, I got nothing to say about him, man. Do you. Best of luck. Keep on doing you, and I don't care about whatever he does.
Damn, son. It's a bad falling out, son. I'm telling you. I've had falling outs like that before, but it was usually of a dude taking my girl and getting her pregnant.
But the crazy thing is, though, this falling out
another story.
It's not no wrestling. Like, it's not a wrestling like storyline. This is real life. We really legit fell out over business because he don't know how to conduct and handle business right. Like,
is it tough to do business in person? People always say that you can't do business with fam, son. It's tough.
You can't.
It's tough.
Not only that, it's just like, I guess when the personal stuff collides with the business, that's when things start, taking a different route. Me, I'm all business. I will never let personal get in between business. And I guess
at least it wasn't over no puss. It wasn't over no puss.
I could care less about that.
That's what I'm saying. At least it's not that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, none of my women will ever deal with anybody I'm cool with. Because, like I said, the type of women I deal with, they boss up. They're not into none of that. But as far as, like, that cat or whatever, like our breakup or whatever, our friendship dissolving, he know what happened and he could tell you what's up. Me, I'm just keep on doing me because everybody's talking about me right now.
I don't see an ending though. I see this is like one of those things that y'all gonna be bumping heads for a minute though. I really do, and I ain't gonna front. I paid the ticket to that shit. Fuck that. Yeah. I'm out there for that.
It's crazy. You can ask my son, man. Like we've been bumping heads on the low for a minute, and this I knew it was gonna happen, but that's why I played my position. Like I was sitting in the back, and I know I was gonna be in the front, and that's what happened. Now I'm in the front, and now I'm showing why I'm going to be the top student in the House of Glory. See, the reason why I had any problems with Son was because Son was the top student of House of Glory, right? And what he did, he ain't do nothing. You feel me? Like, he could have been signed right now.
Mm-hmm.
How you still want to, like, do certain things you do and you could be signed. You could live a whole different life.
Mm-hmm.
And you let certain things mess that up. I can't do that. I don't got time to do that.
You about to get that? You about to get in that paper and getting them W's, man.
That's all it's about.
Get them straps.
Yeah,
that's another thing too, man. Like that's, that you're looking for that crowning glory, that brass ring, like Vincent Kennedy McMahon would say. You want to get that brass ring, but it's to you. You see the grind going on because you've been there. You've been working on it. Like 5 years from now, what does Trav want to do? Where Trav's going to be at?
Man, I'm not even looking into 5. I'm looking into maybe next year, 2 years from now. I'm not waiting for no 5 years. I'm hustling right now, so in 2 years I could be good. But next 5 years, I see myself, I don't know, being better than being in a better spot than where I'm at right now for a fact. Because that's just how my mentality is, man. Like, when I first came into business, I told myself certain things. I said, I'm gonna hustle hard and I'm going to be on the show my first year. Got that out the way. My 5 months after that, my mini goals was I'm going to work for so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. I did all of that and did iPay-per-view on top of that. My other goals, all right, whatever. I'm going to wrestle the top guys in House of Glory my first whatever year. I got Homicide, wrestled Ken or whatever, if you consider him a top guy or whatever, and a few other guys, wrestled with Teddy Hart and whatever, against John Gresham and The Rap and all these cool people or whatever. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I see myself way better in a better position than when I am probably signed.
I'm waiting to get that 6ix9ine come up. Get that King Kapo New York. That's
if House of Glory let me do it because they banned me from coming out to his music.
Yo, I heard. As a matter of fact, yeah, it's funny because it was I had that Punk Isaac here the other day. And he's like, yo, did you know that that Trav came out to it? I was like, nah, I probably was at the bathroom. Shit, I'd have turned up to that shit for real.
People singing it and everything. I had the clean version and people was rapping it, cursing and everything. I was like, nah, this is crazy.
Yeah. But I know, and it's funny because I slowly became, I got fascinated by the young man. He actually lives like not too far from where I work.
Yeah,
at.
I heard.
Like, he's not too far and shit. Right. So it's like, I'm on that shit where it's like, I want to like run into him so I could be like, because he's a wrestling fan too.
Yeah,
so,
he is.
So I want to run into him and be like, yo. Y'all, you want to go to House of Glory? We go check it out.
I was hoping to bring him out, man. Like, I wanted to send my video to him, like, yo, you got to pull up, son. Because I got people who's tied in with him from Brooklyn. Like, I mess with a lot of people. Shout out to my son, Storyboy P, who's a big cat in Brooklyn. Yeah. And he's tied in with those cats. So, hopefully one day he'll come out, man.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Brian be getting the plug. He need to finally get him up in there, Brian. Get that plug. But, once again, 30 minutes gone, fly, man. Yeah. That's crazy. Look at this. We're already done over here.
Yeah, we could keep it going if you want for a little bit.
Shit, where we at? Where we going at? Yeah. Nah, I'll let you go because honestly, I do want to get you back though.
For sure. We can always do that, man.
But let me do some promos for you. Let me do some live review. House of Glory Wrestling presents Fair Warning Friday, May 18th. Guys, why go anywhere else on that night or any other night? House of Glory Wrestling, I'm telling you. And it's gonna be at Elks Lodge. Elks is always lit for me. I like Amazura, but for me, Elks is always the fucking premiere for wrestling for me, man. That's where you introduce yourself to the world, right?
Yeah. Like, JT done right in his head. Our first ever appearance.
So make sure you check out House of Glory Fair Warning. First row tickets were already sold out, I believe, but the second and general admission is still available. Make sure you check them out at hogwrestling.net. Check out their Facebook pages as well as on Instagram. Matt, let them know where they can get you at on social media.
You can get me on Instagram at Matthew, MATTHEW, 3_ Travis, TRAVIS. You can find me on Facebook on Matt Travis. and Twitter, Matt Travis.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Turnbuckle Tabloid.